Genius Kids. Cultivating love for learning.
Lesson 1. Living and non-living things. Knowledge acquisition. After completing this chapter, we will be able to know about the characteristics of living and non-living things, the differences between living and non-living things. The world is made up of a wide variety of different kinds of things. These can be broadly categorized into living things and non-living things. All living things have life and they need air, food and water to stay alive. They grow, move by themselves, and have bodies. Non-living things do not have life and they do not need air, food and water. They do not grow and die. Characteristics of living and non-living things. 1. Living things breathe. All living things need air to breathe. Human beings and most of animals breathe through their noses and lungs. Fish breathe through their gills. Insects breathe through tiny holes on their bodies. Plants breathe through stomata. Frogs breathe through both their skin and lungs. 2. Living things need food. All living things need food to grow and survive. Food gives energy to work and move. Animals get their food from plants or other animals. Some animals like goat, cow, deer, giraffe eat plants. Some animals like tiger, lion, jackal, etc. eat flesh of other animals. Some animals eat both plants and animals. Bear. Human beings eat both plants and animals. Most plants can make their own food with the help of air, water and sunlight. Non-living things like rocks, chairs, etc. neither prepare food nor do they need it to live. A green plant makes its own food. A baby eats food. A lion eats the flesh of other animals. 3. Living things grow. Living things have a life cycle. They grow using the energy they get from food. Living things take birth, become adults, grow old, and die. A chick grows into a hen. A puppy grows into a dog. A seed grows into a sapling which grows into a plant and then into a tree. A baby grows into an adult man. Non-living things cannot grow. They do not grow big in size on their own. 4. Living things move. All living things show movement. They can move on their own. Animals and human beings move from one place to another in search of food, shelter and protection. Fish move with the help of fins. Animals walk with the help of their legs. Birds fly with the help of wings. Plants cannot move from one place to another, but they show movement by some of their parts. The leaves of touch-me-not plant close when touched. The flowers of the sunflower plant turn their faces towards the sun. Thus, plants also show movement. However, non-living things do not move by themselves, we have to move them. Therefore, we can say that only living things move on their own. Leaves of touch-me-not plant close when touched. The sunflower turns towards the sun. 5. Living things are sensitive. All living things are sensitive to light, seasons and to living things around them. Most animals feel changes around themselves with their sense organs. These are skin, nose, eyes, ears and tongue. When animals feel a change, they respond to it. When you feel cold, you wear woolen clothes. A dog hangs out its tongue when it feels hot, and an elephant fans its ears to keep itself cool in summer. Some birds migrate from one place to another as a response to changes in weather conditions. When insects see light, they fly towards it. On the other hand, non-living things do not respond to change in their surroundings because they cannot sense or feel any changes. 6. Living things reproduce. All living things reproduce. They create living things. Human beings and animals like dog, cow, elephant, deer, cat, etc. give birth to their young ones. Birds, fish, insects, snakes and frogs lay eggs, and the young ones hatch out from the eggs. Plants produce from seeds. Non-living things cannot reproduce. 7. Living things go through a life cycle. Living things born, grow up, reproduce and die. This is called a life cycle. All living things have a life cycle. Mosquitoes' eggs hatch into larvae. The larva grows into pupa and finally into mosquito. Similarly, plants also have a life cycle. Some plants live for only one season while others live for many years. This means different animals and plants have different lifespan. Non-living things do not have a life cycle. 8. Living things die. All the things that are living will die someday. It means living things have a fixed lifespan. Things that have no life are called dead things. For example, wood is a dead thing. Continuous review. All things can be divided into two groups, living and non-living things. Plants, human beings and animals are living things. Living things breathe, eat, grow, feel, reproduce and die. Living things need food, water and air to stay alive. Living things go through a life cycle. Non-living things do not grow and die. Non-living things do not need food, water and air to stay alive.
Like, share and subscribe.